Hi, my name is Annamieka Hops, and this is the Art Friends Show, where every conversation focuses on getting to know the essence of creativity itself. I'd love to invite you as well to join me inside of Art Friends School, where we go deeper into these topics and join in with other art friends around the world. Thanks so much for joining us, and let's get to the show. Welcome to the Art Friends Show. Here's an artist you're gonna love to know. Hello, my name is Annamieka Hops, and I'm an artist in Portland, Oregon. And this is a 100-day project where I'm going live every day to help us make friends with creativity and each other. Today I'm gonna have a really special guest. Her name is Kathy Cornwell, and we worked closely together for several years, and she is going to talk about her journey of claiming the artist that she is. I cannot wait for you to get to see her and get to know her. Without further ado, I'll invite her onto the live. Welcome, Kathy. Kathy, there you are.
How are you?
So good to be able to see you and connect with you
Good to
this
see
morning.
you.
Hi. Yay.
Yes.
So, can you tell everyone just your full name, where you live, and a little bit about what you like to make?
Sure. My name is Kathy Cornwell, and I live in Northern Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C. And I'm mainly a printmaker. I love making monoprints and monotypes on the gel plate, and then sometimes I make collages with them, and sometimes they are works of art in and of themselves, and they get framed up. And I've been printmaking for more than 5 years, but I haven't been sort of sharing them with the world for more than about a year. So I'm
That
very
is
excited
so
about that
exciting.
development.
I remember when you're like, guess what? Check it out. Because well, let's tell people a little bit about your background and how we came to know each other. So what? Yes.
Sure. Yes. Um, I was working as a self-employed, freelance writer for a long time, an editor, and in 2017, I pivoted that business to serve creatives and artists because I felt the draw to art, but I think I didn't feel that I could be an artist. So it was kind of like, let me stand by their fire and work with them. Or maybe I thought in some way it would sort of rub off on me. So anyways, I know. And then I met you, I think also in 2017, and we started working together. And I worked for other artists for many years. And over time, I think a lot of that did seep in. For example, when I worked with you on your curriculum and your coaching business, I feel like I learned a lot more about the principles of design, what it's like to be an artist, what kinds of things artists struggle with. And I think that really helped me. But after a certain point, maybe a year or two ago, as you recall, I came to you and said, I need to pull back on this work because I need to focus on my own goals. I think at that point I was maybe too afraid to say what those goals were, but the goals were to focus on my art and to become an artist on my own. And you were really gracious about that.
Oh,
and you've been
my
cheering me on
goodness.
ever since.
It gives me full body goosebumps to feel that story. And so yeah, we met in 2017 when I was trembling with launching my first online course, Wild Wonder. Remember, you helped with some of the. So Kathy was a professional copy editor and writer working with artists and entrepreneurs. And so you helped me polish that and make it so good. And then in 2018, when I said, hey, I want to teach like art school, but my style for a year. And that was a real leap of faith, right? And every month we would create that together, and you would clean up my curriculum. You made it so beautiful and strong, and all the written lessons are she has a real knack, obviously, for writing and editing, as you did it professionally, but also for pulling out metaphors and making them succinct and powerful. And I just, as an art teacher and person who really wants every human to embrace their creativity, like, what a gift. Thank you for doing it.
Yes. Well, and thank you for, I mean, as my client, I feel like I also really benefited from your coaching and your instruction. It was like, I mean, I was working my tail off and that was good. It was a service provided, but I really did get so much from it. And I feel like a lot of people say that they're self-taught, and I don't think I can call myself that. I say I had a self-led, you know,
Yeah.
informal art education,
Aw.
and working with you was a big part of it. So
Oh, of
I'm
course.
grateful for
So,
you for that.
so tell us about some of, because self-led also means you led yourself and you've done multiple 100-day projects. Can you tell people about those and what you learned?
Yes, sure. So 2 years ago, I did my first 100-day project. And for that, I did 100 days of making stencils and masks. I had learned how to do that online with Julie Faye Fan Balzer, and I had a brand new Brother Scan and Cut. And it was a great, I mean, it was a great activity because I really mastered that, or I learned a lot about how to make them. And then I ended up with 100 masks and stencils to use, and I still make them all the time. I mean, with this kind of printmaking, you use them all the time. So that was great. And then last year, I had just started taking my prints and making collages out of them. And my instructor had said, you know, okay, go make 100 of them. And I thought, oh, 100-day project. There's my topic. And I did 100 collages in 100 days, which was a lot. But eventually I came out of that, and there were some that I maybe edited and trimmed, and those became a body of work that I then started applying to exhibitions, and I got into some. So that was exciting. And so things have just really picked up steam in the past 14 months, I'd say. And it's been fun to put all my energy and effort into
thrilling.
this.
It is so thrilling. And just watch you walk through your doubt. Could you tell us, you were telling me a really interesting metaphor about, you know, mind over matter. Does that feel appropriate to share? I loved it. Yeah.
Yes, I'd be happy to share that, because I think I was mired in doubt and fear for a long time. I mean, I'm going to say decades. And I'm likening this to like learning how to do art to some problems I've had off and on in my life with swallowing pills, where it's just like a mental thing. And you get the yips, you're thinking about it too much. And so then the next thing you know, I'm being like a chicken, and it's like, it won't go down, it won't go down. It's sloshing around in my mouth. But if I don't think about it and just do the motions, I could swallow a pill, no problem. And with art making, I think it was the same thing. I had all these ideas about what it's like for those people, and you know, was it going to be any good? And you'd make I make something and I wouldn't think it was good, and so then that meant something to me. But once I got over that and just started making, and not judging, and knowing that bad work, it doesn't mean anything. It's just, it could be collage fodder. It could, you know, just be a learning experience. If I got over that and just started doing it and finding, oh, I really like doing it. Like the act of doing it is meaningful to me, no matter what the result is. And so I really got over that. And that was, I mean, that's a magical sort of change of mindset that really helped. And I had been, you know, it's funny, I spent all this time sort of researching and listening to people, and but nothing takes the place of just, you know, quieting your mind and doing the work. And then next thing you know, you're overjoyed with your work. You're in love with your
honey,
work. It's great.
I love this. This just fills me up, and amen and hallelujah. Yeah. So what are some things that are on the horizon for you that you're either already planning on or dreaming into?
Sure. I have I have one exhibit happening right now, a piece in Arizona in a print exhibit. And then later this month, I'll have 2 pieces in a print exhibit in Annapolis, Maryland. So I'll be able to actually attend the opening for that. I'm very excited because all the other exhibits have been far away. And then I am in the most recent issue of Subo Art magazine. And then next month, I'll be in an online art and poetry magazine. I guess I don't know if I should say the name. Actually, no, they've announced it. I'm going to be in Clover and Bee magazine. And then I'm going to be in a print magazine in May. So there's a lot going on. So the efforts are paying off. And then I'm also just excited to keep exploring my current body
Amazing.
of work.
And hats off to you for submitting to the shows and
Thank
publications.
you.
And
I have to say that submitting to things like that, it brings out an inner gambler that I didn't know I had. I'm not a fan of gambling, but I start getting really excited at just sort of the possibilities. You have to enter X many opportunities and you get some no's, but once in a while you get a yes,
totally,
and it feels like you just won the
totally.
lottery. I mean, it's such a
Yes, I
thrill.
didn't ever think about it like that.
Yeah.
But I remember, we originally knew each other through the work of Tiffany Hahn, who used to specialize
Yes.
in artists and entrepreneurs. And she had this concept called 100 rejection letters. Do you remember that framework? Yeah.
Yes.
And
I do.
yeah, that's it.
And this really feeds into it, is that every rejection is just another step in your journey towards a yes, and you have to toughen yourself against that, not get too worried,
Yes.
and just brush it off and keep going. And yeah,
Yes.
she's a good mentor in that way too.
We find our people who like carry us along in our journey, but ultimately I love how you're describing it as self-led. And I think through an academic program or not, we are all in fact self-led, right? Because even an academic program requires choosing which courses and which mentors within that institution. And so I'm grateful, that we're moving beyond that kind of like dual paradigm into we're all self-led. Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
that's amazing. Could we see some of your work? Yeah.
You can. There's some behind me right now. I don't know how well I can do this, but my husband took this room and turned it into basically like a little gallery space.
Yeah.
Where we have all sorts of my art. So that's
Are there any personal favorites or things you want to point out about it?
There's a lot in this room that are favorites. This one right here is called Mixed Emoji. And on the plate, I pick up the texture of some, I want to call it medical waste, but that sounds really gross. Those little booties that they give you at the hospital. I took those and ripped them apart, and you can see their texture. And then I also use a lot of plastic waste, like trash, like plastic wrap, to make a lot of these shapes. This one is called Pangean War Dog, and you can see all sorts of, you get close to it, you can see all sorts of wrinkles from the plastic that have transferred. And that's true in a lot of these, because I got really into the plastic wrinkle thing, because I just love it. And I love the expressive organic shapes that it can make in the pieces. This is another one too, and it has a lot of beautiful, oops, I don't know if I can get to it, details.
I can really.
I don't know how well you can see that, but the layers
so cool
are just really exciting.
My mom is watching,
so
Nancy Hobbs. Hi, and she comments, so cool.
Hi, Nancy.
She commented, she's basically like whooping it up in the comment section. Hi, Mom. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Nancy. I appreciate her being a hype man.
Oh, Kathy, it is so fun to share in this with you and see you claiming your space with your art all around in your process. Oh.
Thank you. It's so good to be with you. You're such a light and such a powerful force for a lot of people's creative journeys. I'm so glad. I'm so glad I met you back in 2017.
Literally, like my life's work. You have edited every word. my whole livelihood you edited. I've been watching you on Instagram, and you share awesome process videos. So for people who love watching, like, like you'll peel things up and reveal the print. It's all the like surprise, and there's a bit of gamble and risk in printmaking too, right? A lack of control, of immediate control. Yeah. I
agree. And that's, I think, part of what I like, part of why that has sort of really worked for me, is because it's a lot of surprises. And the lack of control helps me to give up control, because in a lot of ways, I can be kind of a control freak. And so this really loosens me up, and then it provides incredible, I don't know, it's
awesome.
just a lot of fun.
Well, and you have a newsletter because you're a fantastic writer. So everyone go sign up for her newsletter and follow her trajectory. It's really fun to watch a rising star. And
I'd love them to follow and get them to get on my newsletter
Thank
list.
you so much for coming on the show and for supporting my own project here of going live 100 days to figure out how best to serve at this stage of my career. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah.
Annamieka, thank you so much for having me.
Know you. And thank you to anyone who's watching. Please comment with some things you learned from Kathy, share it in your stories, go over and love her up on her own profile. And how to sign up for your newsletter. Is there?
If you go to my Instagram, my link in bio has a thing where you can sign
Brilliant.
up
So
directly
Kathy
there.
has a link in her bio to sign up for her newsletter if you want to be in touch outside of this platform. Yay! Okay, we're going to wrap this up.
Great.
Thank you so much. Well done. Okay. I'd love to have you inside of Art Friends School, where we go deeper into these topics. Follow the link that's in the show notes or find it on my website at annamieka.com.